Alright guys, we're back with Higurashi, Chapter 3. Let me rephrase that, Chapter 3, the game, not the actual chapter within the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that anymore after this. Okay, okay. Anyway, lunchtime has finally arrived. Myung gleefully announced the beginning of lunch. Oh, lunchtime at last. Someone here will have to play the punishment game, yes? How? The punishment this time is a little scary, so... Sorry, but Reno went all out on making her Bino. In Rena's case, I don't think she'd lose even if she wasn't taking this seriously. Meep. We tried our hardest too. Oh, so they're all doing it. I just thought it was Mion and Kichi. Okay. Totoko and Rika-chan made separate lunches today. Usually you have the same bento, but that won't do for the showdown today, will it? Yes, it's quite alright. Rika and I made sure to make separate ones. Well, Totoko-chan and Rika-chan both tried really hard. How exciting. Oh yeah, guys, sorry there's like extra muffling sound than usual. I had the fan on, a big fan on next to me, so yeah. What's a little surprised is that Kichi was able to make a bento. Good job, Kichen. It's like you really can do it if you try. I scratched my hand and gave her a dry smile. My bento today had been made entirely by Satoko last night, and none of my personality, so there wasn't anything there that they could praise me for. What does Kichi-kun's bento look like? I want to see. I can't wait to see. Don't expect too much. It's just a leftover rice inside dishes from last night. Leftovers are the foundation of bentos. Now we'll know your dinner last night too. We'll kill two birds with one stone. Was it really better to hide the fact that Satoko came over and made my dinner last night? Well, of course it was. If I revealed that I didn't make my own bento, I'd be sure to end up playing the punishment game. Today's punishment game was to stand right in front of the curry maniac Chisin-sensei and say bad things about curry. It wasn't too different from telling someone to jump out a 100-story window. It was exactly the same as telling someone to die. I wouldn't go that far. But me-chan, how would we decide who wins and loses the bento showdown? Kichika made his own too, so maybe we should call it a draw for today. We could do that. The punishment game yesterday was sort of the whip to encourage Kichi-san to cook for himself after all. And Kichi made his own too, so it's a draw. My simple bento with last night's leftovers couldn't have never stood up to everyone else's bento that they made to win. I fully understood Satoko and Rika-chan's concern as they tried to end the showdown peaceably. However, the club president Miyasa Ozaki would not be convinced by something like that. I don't know why you're all so optimistic. Leaving one of our showdowns in such a great area is out of the question. Now that we've clashed, we must settle the score. Reconciling with a draw only happens in the Yakuza world. I knew you'd say that. There's no way you end that way with your battle lust. This was bad. At this, I was sure to be the sole loser. But well, I didn't make this bento after all. Maybe I need to resign myself to my inevitable loss. Okay, how are we going to decide who wins? It won't be fair if we get each other's. Let's do an open judgment. Okay, everyone, assemble. Mian commanded everyone who had just started eating using her club president voice. Come and judge our 5 bento. Write your favorite 3 on a piece of paper and submit it. Understand? Everyone in the class was used to being dragged into Mia's club activities. Yeah! Came the energetic voices from here and there. Everyone already knew the showdown this time involved an utterly fatal punishment game, and they were all very interested in what would happen to whoever lost. Of course, they wanted to throw scenes something terrifying. Okay, everyone, ready? And I'll go first, alright? Ta-da! In exaggerated fashion, Mian pulled the lid off her multi-tiered ornate bento box. Multiple cheers of joy erupted at the brilliant sight. That's amazing. It's just like a New Year's food. It can't be. It has to be alive. She must have switched the contest with a catered bento. Such purely Japanese cooking. Mian. I thought I couldn't possibly make this. Nope, this is easy for me, Chen, if she gets serious. She almost never gets serious, though. Just who you think this old man is? Given enough time and ingredients that could even produce the Manchu Han an imperial feast. The entire classroom gulped audibly, and everyone wrote down a score on a notepaper in their hands simultaneously. It made sense. Just the visual impact would give her a perfect score. Alright, let's see Reina's next. Reina's really good at cooking too. Reina's bento is always like a flower arrangement. Thanks everyone. I'll reveal my bento now. Eee. Reina's bento was a beautiful mix of the two colors of eggs and minced meat, and it was a bento staple. The Sapporo bento. She had been thorough with the side dishes as well, and they were abundant in number. She would spent more time than usual on it, but was unassuming and truly nonchalant. One couldn't ignore the household warmth in it that Mion's bento lacked. If I might say, you've done it again. This should be quite a high score. I should have known. It may look rigged, but there isn't anything to deduct points from. Amazing as always. Once again, everyone of the judges wrote a score on their notepaper at the same time. There seemed to be some who were revising their opinions when they compared it to Mion's score too. The whole classroom seemed split between Mion and Reina, and on everyone's faces it was clear that they all wanted to be tasting them rather than scoring them. Yeah, that's how I thought they was going to do it, not just by appearance. I mean, so there's some food I see looks good, but it's really nasty, and there's some nasty looking food that's actually good, so, Anyway, then we'll be next. Yes. I will now reveal mine. Come to think of it, Satoko and Rika-chan ate with me last night at my house. It was impressive that they still made a bento. Both their bentos were clearly lacking compared to Mia's artfulness and Reina's perfection. However, because of that, you could sense from them how hard they worked. The toppings were a little on the rough side, but you could still feel that they tried their hardest. It made you feel a little biased so that you would give them more points. People struck by just that once again revised their opinions and wrote in their scores on their paper. Satoko and Rika-chan, you both made really good bentos today. They might not measure up to Reina or Mia's craftsmanship, but when you think about it, that they're pretty amazing. Satoko and Rika-chan glanced at each other and grinned happily. This is a secret, okay? Mutter. What? When Satoko told me I broke off from the others, I secretly looked at my classmates' bento boxes. There, I told Ida-kan and Okumura-kan's bento boxes. I took a quick peek inside and, half the cons were missing. Not bad. And then Satoko and Rika-chan had my bento today. A bold move they got Tomita-kan and Okumura-kan to share their bentos with them. I told Tomita-kan, Okumura-kan, how did they buy you out? What are you saying, Mibera-san? When did we get bought out for what? That's right. It's not like we traded them our duty watering the garden for half our bentos. Curse you, Satoko. What an impudent trick. Satoko grinned, showing her fan-like candy eyes, and laughed in triumph. Oh, this is the lesson I learned from you, Kichi-san. Oh. Yes, how naive, buying them out with watering duty alone. They're men. If you're going to buy them out, you need to use something a lot spicier than that. For example, like giving them 3 tickets to walk Satoko and Rika-chan around like dogs all day, with them on all fours wearing tails with leashes around their necks. Whoa, that might be enough to get me to do anything. As I was lost in the wild fantasies, Mion clapped on me on the shoulder and called me back to reality. Damn, it was just getting good. Alright. Next up is Ki-chan's bento. We're all hoping for something pretty great because of your declaration yesterday. But how did it really turn out? Ki-chan could do it if he needs to. Rina was really excited for today. I was all looking forward to it, but it's really just left over some dinner last night. I didn't even make it either. How was I supposed to say it to Mion and Rina and the others? Alright, that's it. Feast your eyes on this. Ha! I tore the lid off my bento box. There wasn't very many cheers. Well, I guess there wouldn't be. Kichkan, you showed your hardest too, and I could tell how hard you worked. Reina, don't feel like you need to compliment me. How did this happen? Was Kichi-san actually a hard worker after all? Well, I mean, I want to acknowledge how hard you tried, but for this showdown, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's cold, mean laugh. It was like it spoke for everyone's opinion just like that. Kichika, did you really do... Wait, Kichika, did you really do well considering it was his first challenge, you know? I think maybe one should rate his a little higher. But for the showdown, doesn't matter. Kuku, alright, Ki-chan. If you have any last words before we tally up the results, I'll listen to them now, Kuku. What do you mean by last words? I mean that you might be hoping for future points if you appeal somehow to the crowd. Kuku. After all, for today's showdown, you just need to avoid coming in last. If you do well enough, then maybe you'll be able to warm out at the punishment game. Oh, you're implying like Ichi's-san's Binto's going to take less place, aren't you? No, this old man wasn't trying to say anyone Binto came in last or anything. Kuku. Meow crackled impulsively. In contrast, Satoko's smile was growing somehow awkward. Oh, right, this bento was filled with last night's side dishes. That means it's basically a bento that Satoko made, and Mian outright said it would come in last place. Michan, aren't you being a little mean? Poor Kichi-kun. Rina, Kichi knew he couldn't lose today's bento showdown beforehand, didn't he? He did all that grandstanding yesterday, well aware of that. I don't think there's any reason to go easy on him, do you? Right, Satoko? Yes, you're right. And he came here with this mess that makes me laugh. Oh. Wait, Satoko-chan, you can't laugh at him. But that bento is just so ridiculous I can't help but laugh. These side dishes look like they were bought from my shop. It's really disillusioning. Look at this one, just sticking out of a can, wasn't it? This cucumber here is a cut cleaning like the knife didn't go all the way through. You said you never used a knife, did you? Your lack of experience as a parent. No, this goes beyond a simple lack of experience. The presentation is fairly monotonous as well. It's almost a shock to see such a lack of taste. It's my first experience putting food in a bento box, so of course it's not going to look too good. Kichi and Ki-chan, there's a bigger problem than how you put it into the box. Tomita Okumura, explain please. Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun were chosen among our many underclassmen. Tomita-kun quickly adjusted his glasses and took a step forward. The fatal flaw in my Bear-san's bento is the coloration. As you know, there are 3 primary colors forming the basis of all colors. So if you want a well-balanced color scheme, then excluding white and black, you need these 3 colors. And nevertheless, if you remove the white and black from my Bear-san's bento, all that would be left is dark green. How dark green? No one will want to eat it if you describe it like that. I had forgotten. Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun had bought out by Rika-chan and Satoko, so they were trying their hardest to let them win and make me lose, weren't they? God, what strong wills they have. It was charming, if only because they were working so hard despite having been bought out. The side dishes have no spirit in them either. They're all pre-packaged or canned food. In other words, other than the 3 necessary requirements for a bento, love, spirit, and taste, we could assert that maybe our sense bento is lacking 2 of these. The classroom, convinced by the education mystery, they were thoroughly baffled with Thrace's mysterious groans of admiration. Kukuku. No heart, no spirit. It's decided then. Kishimebera. It's for some cold, but if you realize how much fun cooking is because of all this Kichika, is that enough? In any case, if things fun as I'm not doing it at the punishment game. You know, it's giving a try, he smile as well. Oh, it's been settled, Kichi-san. You're going to be the one doing a punishment game. Oh. She left in such a vile manner, but she didn't look like she meant it. I knew that Satoko was speaking ill of a bento that she practically made herself in front of the whole classroom, and I could tell how painful that laughter was. Okumura-kan said before that this bento lacked spirit, but among all the bento laid out here, there was a single one that was as much spirit as this one. This meal that she made for me yesterday in such a good mood, though it looked like she was in a bad one. I won't let it end with this slander. Well, in last place, Kichi-san, please admit your honest defeat already. Could you just wait a moment? I'm beginning to speak in a low voice. The expressions of all the members of the club changed. Mount clicked her tongue. This man was baring his fangs at the last moment again. My bento was defeated because it lacked spirit. That's how you explained it. Am I wrong, Okumura-kan? Okumura-kan, who suddenly became placed in the spotlight, looked flustered for a moment, but immediately stammered and replied that I was right. How do you measure spirit? By difficulty? By effort? By sweat or tears? but it's manifestation. And how would you rate these burns that are still on my hands? Now, Kichika, those are oil burns. Great, the burn marks on when I almost caused a fire yesterday looked like I was having a ton of trouble cooking. I could clearly tell that the classroom was forced to acknowledge the effort I put into it. I see, to turn your failures as cooking due to like a scunt of scars of hard work instead. I thought I could not falter around this man. That's right, I lack skill. I'm so bad at cooking that my grandstanding yesterday was pitiful. But I didn't run away. I fought, and I delivered these results. Is that spirit? Is that not spirit? What do you think? I mean, no one wants to acknowledge it. I might could keep on going if their defiant spirit doesn't get valued. The girls at class stirred and nodded in agreement. Okay, the tables are turning. But tell me the kind of got bought up by the objects of their unrequited affection and weren't about to lose either. They shifted to the counterattack, clearly exceeding the price they were paid. I see. I understand your feelings, my very son. However, spirit was all that mattered, and cooking in a world where it needs chefs. That's right, a chef brought you burned steak and said you put their spirit into it and tried hard. Would you pay them? You wouldn't, would you? It's the same thing. That's right, that's how it goes. The male students looked Tomita and Okumura aside. God, they did have a point about consideration. Even if you did get a totally black steak, if I knew how much your mother who made it struggled, I would eat it. I would eat it all. Clap, clap, clap. It's time the female students in the class took my side. Good. Now we're even. Besides, I bet those refinement of one's love given in form. It only means something when another person feels that way. Does your pito make us feel that way, my bearer son? No, it doesn't make me feel that way. You're mean. The girls in class began to boo loudly at his remark. Not even Okumura, someone's panicking. Order. The spectators, please refrain from making remarks. Your Honor, in order to prove how much of my spirit has gotten to spit, I call Miss Higurashi and authorities in the culinary arts to the stand. I think the spit has spirit in it. I might be rather artless in places, but I think cooking isn't just about outward appearances. This girl in class again gave cries of support as they all applauded. A response on the men in class began to boo. Your Honor, these opinions of my Verisan and Rigo-san are completely sentimental and aren't following with common sense. They are unsuitable to use as evidence. Order. The prosecution's objection is sustained. Go ahead. Let's replace the big known question with a birthday present, for example. Let's say on my birthday I told me to receive the hand-knitted sweater, and Okumura received a bookstore gift certificate for 10,000 yen. That felt strangely real. Was actually just an example. Common sense dictates which one of them has the spirit. It is, of course, a hand-knitted sweater. If we went back to the bento, this would be homemade side dishes. And the gift certificate would be nothing more than money that allows you to buy things. In other words, it's the same as simple means canned goods. The boys and girls all began to argue amongst themselves about presents. They're all talking about what they received as presents in the past. Damn, Dominican, he changed the subject to something that could easily grab everyone's attention. It's not bad. I'll lose the initiative at this rate. Objection. This matter regards to the spirit put into the bento is entirely different from birthday presents, as they are each unique situations. Overruled. Will the prosecution please continue? Damn. Now then, what's important here is the fact that the spirit of the giver and spirit of the receiver are totally different. Between the handmade sweater that looks like a little bit askew and then 2,000 yen bookstore gift certificate placed here before your very eyes, which Arnie says is the better choice. The gift certificate, right? It's 2,000 yen. 10,000. Can you calculate how many comic books you could buy with that? You could instantly complete a full collection if it was around 10 volumes long. Dozens of happy, humorous, slightly perverted manga. The bliss of your sweethearts, and that went without me pressing enter. Okay, your sweetheart can't be compared to this sweater. The boys unanimously praised that applause. Materialistic brats. All the guys that age are like that. Even I would choose the gift certificate of the sweater in that case. Hey, wait, weren't you guys the one who said it was above love, spirit, and taste right at the start? Just when all this did taste trump all, and that's the stance that we're taking now. I would just demonstrate that the spirit of the giver and the spirit of the receiver had no casual relationship. Yes, no matter how much of a bear-son struggle to make this bento, that cannot enter the consideration for the rest of us on the receiving end. Mere sophistry, Tomita-kun. There's plenty of spirit. Whether that gets through or not is the receiver's problem. That's right. Boo. This is the important enemy of women. Oh, is that ugly? I know the courtroom was in chaos, but I couldn't allow myself to lose. And not only to avoid a punishment game, but also to protect Satoko's honor. Now, man, do the defendants have a response to give? Slowly and strongly, I nod and step up to the days. Domina-kan, Okamura-kan, do you two really think you could beat me with more words? Or mere words? The prosecution just said that should value the gift without basing it on the spirit of the giver. Correct? At some point I begin to speak formally. Yes, that's right. No matter how much you've labored to make that bento, the labor should not be factored into our grading. Then I have a question for the prosecution. If I'm a barrier, would take the bento I made for today and place it beside one pot from the store, would both of these be given the same score? The prosecution hesitated to speak. Got you. That's right. A convenience store bento doesn't even come close to a homemade one, no matter how badly made it is. As far as spirit, then a bento that you just bought would never have or ever have. You see, the spirit is being graded, meaning the spirit could into the bentos already reached the recipients or whatever. Admit it. Boom. With those impactful words drawn in the air behind me, I pointed my finger. The girls led by me, I broke into applause. Some of those boys were admitting it too. Oh, I admit it. You admitted it? You admitted it, right? Letting us into a wide convenience store bento has no spirit in it. What exactly is the spirit in a bento in the first place? Objection. My bear son is trying to deceive the court by using abstract expressions. Objection overruled. This sounds interesting, so listen till he's done. Goddamn, now I'll show you the two differences between us. Your Honor, I'd like to call Miss Rika Furude to the stand as a witness. Meep. Even for Rika-chan, that's supposed to seem like a bolt in the blue. There's no doubt that she never dreamed the point of my spear would be aiming at her. But Rika-chan, you said it before, for this showdown doesn't matter. Rika Furude's on here bento today was very well made. It looks delicious. Meep. Yes. Sotoko and Rika-chan's bentos have been made of half of the Tomita-kan's and Okamura-kan's. The prosecutor's faces turned pale, but they were too late. Rina, would you bring Okamura-kan's bento over here? Huh? Okay, sure. Your Honor, my bento has no relevance to this case. Overruled. Your Honor, I submit Okamura-kan's bento box as evidence. Look at it. Look at what's inside. There's only half in there. It's not about whether it's half, please. Look at it more, look closely. See? They're exactly the same. Your Honor, you've seen it. Miss Rika Furude's bento stolen from Okamura-kan's. There's always such a thing of spirit in it. No, but that's just a coincidence. It's already obvious. Spirit is a game of catch between the giver and receiver. The bento box and is the ball. The bento is something Okamura-kan was given from my mother to son. That means Okamura-kan is the only one who can feel the spirit from this bento box. You know, it's a bit disturbing. When it's stolen, it no longer has that spirit. Dun dun dun. Yeah, that did it. Huh? What? Is that true? Rika-chan, is that true? Meep. Meepa. Cuckoo. I see how it is. Mian, the judge, folded her arms, began to hum. I couldn't even take a guess as to what Mian was bluffing about. Frankly, I didn't know whether I would win or lose. Okay, before announcing my judgment, I'll start from the top. Shh. The entire classroom quieted. First, from an objective standpoint, there's no doubt that the bento of the accused Kichi Ibera must be seen as poorly made. This is something the grading results clearly display. Gah. But as Kichi said, it's not all about taste. The spirit put into it should be considered subtless seasoning. For grading, though, there will be only a few points, so it's subtle that it's not enough to alter the results. Grr. Now then, I'd like to mention the original reason for today's bento showdown. What was the reason for? That's right, we started to see whether the accused Kichi Ibera could cook for himself and measured the result. Yeah, that's right. Kichi and Kan did make its own bento. That sounded like going just a bit, but for the showdown, it didn't matter. So the whole basis behind the showdown was to cook a meal for yourself. In other words, whether or not the meal was homemade. Because she neglected to do that, and it's a much bigger problem now that she has how good her bento is. In other words, is she disqualified? Nipa. Because she is a little nipa, looking as though she had prepared herself for this outcome. Don't take it personally, Rika-chan. At our club, things like that don't matter. Kichi did well, like I thought. He tried your hardest until the very end. Rika-chan the man, I lowered my hand and she pet it. With that over, this case is closed. Today, last place goes to Rika Fruit A. Whoa. That miraculous turnaround. And last place went to Rika-chan, the one everyone at least expected. The whole classroom went wild. I'm amazed she managed to avoid coming last place with such a terrible bento. Satoko looked at me hatefully but spoke in a vague kind of voice. There's no way I got me in last. There's nothing in this bento that would deserve last place. But it's got ready, made side dishes and canned goods in some style and grab. Satoko was speaking more poorly of herself as time went on, so I roughly grabbed her hand and began to stroke it. I told you, spirit is important. This bento isn't all about appearance. It's all got all kinds of flavor in it. My spirit isn't the only thing. It tastes totally weird in hand. What about it is weird? I thought it was great. It was absolutely great. That's why I packed it. If dinner last night had been bad, then I would never have brought it to school. I would never come with I would have come here with some bread and milk carton. Oh, shut up already. I caressed her head, swinging from side to side. At some point, Mina had come up behind us. She was giggling to herself. That was the face of someone who had known everything from the beginning. When did you realize I hadn't made it? When you showed us your burns, I guess. I mean, this is the thing in your picture that you needed oil for. Her. Mina said, don't you think you're misunderstanding something? I didn't do anything. Huh? Satoko-chan, you weren't the one who made this bento? Then did Kichika make it by himself after all? Okay, then I guess he did. Mina smiled roguishly and turned from Satoko to me. When you cut Kiko, once you hold a knife like this and go like this, as to the color, she could express all sorts of things if you place vegetables in the right way. This lecture was clearly not meant for me. But you've gotten a lot better since the last time you showed us. I see you've been studying. If you keep this up, I bet you'll be able to make it better in dishes in no time. She continued saying words clearly meant for Satoko while facing me instead. Satoko was wearing an ambiguous look and couldn't even nod her head at her. Anyway, no matter what anyone says, I like the way my bento is today. I'm not going to share it with anyone else either. I'll eat the whole thing by myself. Wow, how greedy. Mina wants to try some too. As we were going back and forth, Satoko rubbed her eyes as though she was drowsy and then announced to Mion and everyone else. Excuse me, the truth is, I got to Mina-san to give me some of his bento. Stupid. Hojo, what are you saying? She kept it a secret that apparently she would have been saved. The Mina-kun looked at her with an expression she felt a grand surprise. Huh? Is it true? Really? Oh my. Mion spun her fingers around and pointed to the hallway, seeing Satoko to the punishment game as well. Satoko left the classroom behind her, completely prepared as though she was going with Rika-chan on an errand. I can't let Rika go alone. I woke up and entered the very depths of hell. You don't need to go that far. My word, Kichi-san really is terrible too. Humiliating only Rika like that and is a truly rotten person. I didn't mean it. I could just return Satoko's kindness with malice. Hey, Satoko really is silly. Rika-chan spoke so that I could hear grinning happily. Now then, let's be off. Rika. Patrick Games are one of their duties as club members. Satoko seemed awfully happy, not frustrated in the slightest, like she always was when she lost. Damn. Rika-chan is right after all. Everyone here is a moron. Mion. I'll come clean too. I didn't make my bento today. I was the same, so I'm going with them with the punishment game. Huh? Even Yuki-chan? What's going on? Good luck. Good luck with the punishment game, I mean. I'll get the first kit ready. Call an ambulance in advance for you, and maybe a hearse just in case. Leaving a bewildered Mion happily smiling Mina behind in the classroom, I went to the hallway. What are you doing? You finally went for once. I had no idea you had such odd taste for these punishment games that you go so far as to volunteer yourself for one. Guess so. It's a little much for a hobby, eh? I swear, I think you're misunderestimating this one. Or one thing, but grave harm might actually befall you, Kichi-san. I hope you're ready to have 1 or 2 broken ribs. That sounds like it would hurt. I don't like getting hurt. Kichi-san, you just stand there and nod along, okay? Vic and I will smooth it over. I swear. I can't believe I have to look after you in a punishment game. Seriously. I already knew that her pouty behavior was a sign that she actually in a really good mood. So it made me want to smile. Hey, I do want to eat some vegetable stir fries. Totoko, can you make that? What? Well, that's something I can do if I put my mind to it. She can make it very well. I really like Totoko's stir fry. She was uneasy at first, but once she got assurance from Rika-chan, she turned back and looked at me with more confident eyes. It's settled then. Let's go shopping for stuff after school today. I don't really have any idea what to buy after all. That is true, isn't it? I think it's still too early for you to go shopping at the supermarket, Kichi-san. It would make me anxious if I wasn't watching. As Totoko makes me anxious that she'll buy the wrong thing if I'm not watching. Rika, meep. The conversation continued as we walked until we arrived to the door to the teacher's lounge. Okay, let's get this punishment game over with and discuss the menu for tonight. Meep. Rika-chan gleefully grabbed onto my arm. In turn, I pulled Totoko to me, grabbing her shoulder with my other hand. We'll all be together in death. I won't let anyone die alone. We're all together. I won't let anybody die alone. I want an indiscreet thing to say. I want no part of it so disturbing. She may have sounded annoyed, but she was so happy it was going to make me blush. Alright, just beyond this door is a world after death. However, we shall return. All of us will. Yes, everyone will. Unless Sully forth. Slam. We opened the doorway to the world of death. And like she did every day, just as the sun rose in the eastern sky, Chi-sensei was eating curry for lunch. It was store-bought, but she made a point of eating a different brand every day. Oh my. Did we ever have a sprite for her before? I don't remember ever actually seeing her before. I don't know, maybe we have. I don't know. I like the blue thing though. She's pretty good looking for a teacher. Oh, Mama, my birthday and Furude-san and Hojo-san. I stood in the matter. You know, I don't get why they keep saying like Hojo-san and Mibura-kun and all that. I mean, we're doing an English version, so you know, shouldn't they just get rid of all that? I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it would make sense if we still play in the original Japanese version, because you know that's how it is. But I don't know. Anyway, she appeared to be in a moment of supreme bliss, her mouth full of her beloved curry. And we're about to pick a fight with her. What a crownless pleasure game would be. However, it was what we had to do. For that, there was a rule of our club. The three of us held each other's shoulders tightly once more. Alright, let's do this. Ready? What do you mean, ready? Kichi-san, you're going to stay quiet. You can now handle everything. Insist your life on me for now. Go for it, yay. What are you all doing? We could see the 3 question marks popping above the teacher's head. Alright, Totoko, this is the only time I'll trust you with my life. Because I'll be shutting my eyes tightly and think about what we're having for dinner. I'm leaving it to you. So Totoko inhaled deeply, and so, hey, you over there, you curry. Huh. Okay, I don't know what that would be. Oh, shit. It shook, so I don't know what happened. Okay, well, it's time for a quick drink break for about a minute or so. So I'm gonna get a drink. I also saved in case the game crashed. It happened once or twice in the first or second game. Mom, I don't understand all these save files. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So there's like 100 saves. Is anybody really gonna play through this 100 times? Oh, that drink didn't really help. Damn, all the mucus and shit. Yeah, I'm still not really better yet. So I'll probably be sick for most of this playthrough. But, in the end, how long have we been playing for? About 35 minutes, okay, makes sense. In the end, myself-ish request was readily granted. As she took over her complaints on her breath quite merrily, she came with me to the store. Rika-chan didn't come with us. She said she had a thing she wanted to do or something. I believed her when she told me, but I really thought about it. I started thinking maybe she was being considerate towards Satoko in her own way. Without reconjecting here, Satoko is prouder and more loquacious than ever. Do you understand? Supermarkets will put things on sale when it's near closing time. For example, you can't have stir fry without some pork. If we wait a little longer, it'll be marked half off. They can't sell meat or fish once it's not fresh anymore. So they make it all cheaper and last-ditch effort not to have anything left over. Of course, every veteran housewife is familiar with this concept, and when we get close to a happy hour like we are now, I wasn't really quite listening to her, but she was telling me all of this quite proudly. Every time I seemed surprised at something or made an affirmative grunt in place of conversation, Suko would say, "You don't know anything, do you, Kichi-san?" I smiled very happily in spite of her complaints. She led me by the hand to all sorts of stalls, and one after the other. She was in such a supreme mood that she just being with her cheered me up. Merely pulling me pulled into Sutoko's place was a lot of fun. Hey, why don't we just go with this economy-sized pack? Well, there's a real good-looking real cheese in it over here. Kichi-san, you have no financial sense. Look at this. It's over our budget. We don't have enough money. Suko pushed a handful of receipts in my face. Pushed. Why can't Suko do these kinds of mental calculations when she's at school? Jack, should we buy a load of the normal ones or buy fewer of the better stuff with cheese in it? This is quite troubling. Calm down. For boys at your age, it's wiser to choose quantity over quality. Girl, Suko, you're being too strict. A man's heart desires both quality and quality. Why can't you understand that? No matter the size of a man's heart, his wallet won't be any bigger. I swear. Hey, stop clinging to the glasses. To the glasses stubbornly. As we joined ourselves in such an exchange, we started to hear energetic voices coming from over there by the butcher we visited earlier. I could see a handful of housewives flooding the place. Oh no. If we don't hurry, all the half-off pork will be gone. Ow, don't pull on me. Don't pull on my neck. Sutoko really seemed like she was having fun. She looked like a kid who had grabbed her family's hands while running towards an amusement park attraction. In the end, the bag of pork we obtained was so normal that it almost hurt, but I knew they would taste absolutely delicious. Alright, sorry about this, guys. The Kikade stuck on at some point, and the Higurashi were singing in chorus. The air was so clear and it felt so good. Our silhouettes, stretching out on the ground, made for a really wonderful picture. We had filled our bicycle baskets to the brim with our shopping bags, and like contained ingredients and various other foodstuffs. Even so, every last thing packed in them sort of looked really happy and made me feel really happy in turn. Going shopping for dinner seems pretty sensible too. It makes you really enjoy your meals. I can't wait to eat. There's part of a cookie for yourself as well. Dinner starts while you're shopping for it. I'm so excited for this. Vegetable stir fry isn't even in my mom's cookbook. I never get to eat it unless we go to a Chinese place, so I'm really looking forward to it today. That's indeed a pity. And today I will present to you an especially tasty dish. Normally right about now was the time I would start messing with her, but I didn't. Yeah, I bet you'll think that Mickey's been really great. I'm really looking forward to it. She stammered for a second. Sudoku had been prepared for me to start making fun of it right then too, and when it didn't come, she was surprised. Or maybe she stammered for some other reason, I don't know. But I immediately knew she wasn't feeling anything bad. Yes, I'll deliver an extraordinarily delectable dish. You'd better look forward to it. As Sudoku and I rode back on our bikes, I had thought, was I this sort of person? Until now, I would have lashed back at Sudoku right away if she did something to me. Yeah, that was the kind of relationship we had. We would poke at each other a little and then kick up a storm while nitpicking at one another. At some point that had changed. We weren't playing our usual tit for tat. I didn't provoke her, so we didn't fight. Then I went for Sudoku too. Sudoku, who I thought I knew, hadn't been like this until now. Our relationship was changing little by little. That's what it felt like, but it was just something that I had to worry about. It felt like our relationship had become a little bit happier and a little bit more charming. I don't know why we changed like this. Was she lonely and projecting her older brother Satoshi hadn't returned home onto me? Because you told me about that yesterday. That was probably exactly it. So as my actually drew closer to Satoshi's, Satoko was returning to the house she'd abandoned when she was living happily with her brother. In other words, the Satoko was the real Satoko. Satoko had been able to see her brother again and had finally gone back to normal. Now that I had been playing the roles of her brother, I discovered that she really could smile so sweetly. But I wasn't Satoshi Hojo. I was Kichi Mabera, a totally different person. I couldn't become her brother. I could come close, but I could never really get there. But that was vaguely somehow a little sad. I was wearing Satoshi's mantle, and that would have to come off one day. And that would doubtlessly put an end to this meager, nostalgic, peaceful time with Satoko's unlimited tranquility. A tranquility that would end one day. Putting it into terms, it was really sad. I took my head for a moment and drove off those pointless thoughts. What was the matter, Kichi-san? Sorry, it's nothing. It was nothing. Please don't act all strange like that. It makes me worried that you might have eaten something rotten. Right. Sorry, Satoko. Not eating like this. Does she really seemed really happy? That mood of her drew me in, putting a smile on my own face. Hey, Kichi Mabera. Why not we quit thinking about this having to end one day? If it will, then just think about it when it happens. There was one thing, however, that I could say for sure. As long as I smile like this, Satoko's own smile would never wane. So as long as I stay this way, this tranquility would never end. Satoshi would come back one day too. That might happen a lot further away than I'd like, but until that day, what's wrong with me being a replacement for him? Saying I'm not a real brother, so I can't become Satoshi, that was just an excuse. If I just didn't run away, Satoko would stay happy and live in a life of annoyed nitpicking. I don't know what happened to Satoshi or what made him abandon Satoko and run away, but just seeing Satoko in such a good mood, it made me think I could preserve it as long as I needed to. So this is what I thought. I wouldn't become Satoshi, I would become my replacement brother. And this is it. This is the kind of stir fry I was waiting for. It's great. It's absolutely great. The salt and pepper and broth, man, I could eat an entire pot of this. Stop that, Kichi-san. You're spilling food everywhere. The food isn't going to run away. You don't need to eat it so fast. No, it will run away. The best and freshest flavors are running away from the moment the meal is completed. If you were to make 100 delicious things, I would have the duty to taste every one of them. It's just good manners to do so. Your feelings are more than enough, so calm down and enjoy your food. Haha, you're right, I'm sorry. No insults here. I meekly scratched my head and put down my chopsticks and laughed along with her like it was funny. I ended up doing most of the eating. Satoko was barely taking a bite. She seemed satisfied just by watching me enjoy the food so much. Whenever I filled my mouth with more of her delicious meal, Satoko looked glad and let me enjoy the food even more. In this way, she kept smiling happily the whole time. Looking at her made me really happy as well. The time passed softly and gently. Before, I would have gone back and forth from hurling insults at Satoko. In other words, we would have gotten into a fight right away. I never known I could feel such a peace of mind by talking to her honestly like this. I was a little happy about having discovered the new side of Satoko. For example, I was eating food that Satoko had made. There was an inch of me that thought it was suspicious. Before, however, Satoko had definitely put some sort of trap into this. I think I ate too much. I'm going to take a dump. Hey, Kichi-san, it's a Batman suspicious first term. Then what should I say? I'm going to the bathroom, the toilet, the lavatory. Satoko looked down her face, bright red, and pointing down the hallway as if it's just go already. With old habits seemed to come back, but yeah, that was all but bad either. No weird schemes, everything's just natural. And while having such utterly unguarded thoughts, I went to the bathroom. Tug. My foot constantly streaming like, whoa, bang, her Sam good. Rattle, rattle. A kettle? Was wash tubs? Satoko! She got me. I can't believe her. She always does this when I let my guard down. I can't relax for a minute around her. Still, it's kind of funny that I didn't really feel like getting angry. Satoko laughing upwards came over. See, I knew you'd fall for it sooner or later. Why, you little? I let my guard down for 1 second. This is what I get. I picked up all the washrooms that had hit me in the head and went to hit Satoko with them. But then I doubled over with the laughter that was been welling up within me, so I couldn't manage it. I wish things could go on forever like this. It's not like I was having the most fun. It's not like I was having the most best it's coming to myself or anything, but it was probably the first time that I spent my day so simply and comfortably. It really wasn't much. It was only a few hours after all. As an only child, it was my first taste of having a sibling. Just washing the dishes with her felt really nice. Side by side, we watched with the experience of Toko doing most of the work as I threw in appropriate words into the conversation. The scene was so commonplace and yet so mild and warm. Maybe I felt this kind of warmth before too in the past. I think I stood next to the scene with my mother like this when I was little. It made me feel nostalgic when I remembered it. It was the same sort of slow, easy time. It was tranquil, such a quiet tranquility. The fact that it wasn't easy about anything in itself almost made me uneasy. Hey, wait, Kishima Bear. You feel uneasy about just for spending time so leisurely? There's nothing at all to feel uneasy about. I mean, why would I be punished for enjoying the general life? I do anything to keep these days going, and I would never do anything bad no matter what. I work hard for it and do much for it. So, God, it's not much of a dream to want this kind of thing to keep on going, but can you grant it? No, I'm just going to say this real quick, and I realized that their first game icon was Rena, and she was like the bad, evil one in that game. I guess so it was. What's her name? Mion, but it was mostly Rena. And then the second game, it was mainly Mion that was the bad person, evil spirit, evil whatever. And this one, as you guys noticed in the first video, and probably this one, it's Satoko. I hope she doesn't turn evil in this game. I really hope. It's just something something popped in my head. I really hope she isn't. It'll be so sad, man. Anyway, is that not the telephone? Who could it be at this hour? Oh, you're right. I hadn't noticed until she mentioned it. I heard to stand up and they ran to the phone. Who could it be at a time like this? It did feel a little like the phone had interrupted my happy moment, but I still wanted to brag about how happy the time was being made me, no matter who was on the other side. Hello? This is the bear speaking. Hello? Kichi, it's your mother. Oh, hello, Mom. What is it? It's pretty late. That was Lil calling me when she was only calling because she was worried about her son. I couldn't help but give myself a dry smile. It sounds like you're doing just fine for yourself. I was worried that you couldn't make dinner and went to bed hungry. Now it worked out. Did you make dinner properly? What did you have that night? It's a vegetable stir-fried rice and miso soup. Bought stuff for at the supermarket plus a whole bunch of side dishes just for fun. Oh yeah, listen to this. I got the pork during the sale and got it half off. The things a housewife knows, right? And also all the things that stuck on out so that I should be proud about. But still, I couldn't help but want to boast about the dinner tonight. You see, my mom got the hint that I was in a really good mood. I see, I'm so relieved that you're doing just fine. Oh yeah, it's another thing. You and I finished up with our job. We think we'll be back tomorrow afternoon or evening. Oh, I see. You did well for 2 nights. We'll be pulling all-nighters too. It was a lot of work, but we managed to fill the gap in your dad's mentoring event. Cool, that's good. Well done. Why did my parents come home to seem so disappointing? I knew a little bit of the reason, of course. This tranquility I never wanted to end was about to end so readily, and it was a little painful. After being asked by what kind of souvenir I wanted from Tokyo and replying that anything edible would be great, I went down to receiver and Toko appeared, having finished cleaning up her trap. At first, Toko was in a very good mood, but when she saw me put down the receiver with an uncertain expression, her own clouded over a bit. It seemed like she had gotten the gist of what my phone conversation had been about. Was that your parents, Kichi-san? Yeah, Mom says they'll be back tomorrow. No, that's good then. I won't have to go to trouble making you dinner tomorrow. You know, you enjoy your meals with just your family. No, that's not it. When I think about the doll playing dinner table, coming back tomorrow's a little lonely. You sure do live in luxury. A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all. Her brother Satoshi and running away from home came to mind immediately, but there's no gloom in the way she said it. It was only for 2 days, but they were very enjoyable dinners. Well, then next time I'll go to your house to visit. Huh? Satoko momentarily made a happy smile, but then a second later it changed the expression of surprise. My house is small and it's dirty, and the kitchen is as good as this one. Well, I don't mind, but well, if you don't want to, then I won't. Satoko shook her head firmly, her whole body expressing denial. I gotta get you to teach me a whole bunch more stuff, too. I finally managed to figure out how to use the rice cooker and how to cook miso soup after all. That's right, isn't it? Perhaps we should use this opportunity to have you learn about more cooking. It was like Satoko to take the chance to claim it was all for my sake, but there was no way to conceal her own enthusiasm. It was true that this gentle would come time would come to an end when my parents got back. There was no need to limit that. They'll actively put in the effort to continue our model moments like this. Like yesterday, Satoko told me she didn't need to be escorted home, but Rika-chan wasn't with her tonight. She should be going home by herself. Everyone knew everyone else's face here in Hanazawa. She was like it was dangerous to go out at night, but it still was too good to send a girl on her way all alone. At the very least, that's what I thought of Satoko's older brother. I'll take it as far as the school at least. There's more lights in that direction anyway. And it's really fine, alright. If someone bad shows up, I will take them down with one finger. There's no point in pressuring her anymore on the subject, so I took a handful of Satoko's hair, rubbed her head vigorously. Come on, Satoko, don't complain so much. Your Nini will bring you part of the way there. That's what I was about to say, then I suddenly got embarrassed and my voice trailed off. Nini could only be the nickname Satoko gave to her older brother, nothing else. I was about to use it pretty lightly, so I started to feel apologetic and a little ashamed. Nini, what did Satoko just say? Oh, well, Kichi just seems like another brother. That's what I said. It's not quite right, but you seem kind of alike, so I just... Oh, ho, ho, ho. Satoko laughed awkwardly and turned her head in the face. Of course, I was embarrassed when I saw her, too, because the fact that I was trying to act like her brother got across, and warm feelings spread out on my chest. It was completely different from romantic feelings or any other more impatient emotions. It was much more graceful, quiet, and warm and calm. Satoko still needed her Nini. I initially thought Rika-chan was sly by not coming today, but when I thought about it like this, I could feel a kind of thoughtfulness before worrying about a good friend's feelings. Maybe Rika-chan had understood that she couldn't play the part of her brother herself. So then, let's stop there, Kichi Mibera. There's no point in thinking about it so hard. It means everyone feels the same way. It means everyone wants Satoko to be happy. Satoko's acting as tough. As acting though was her Nini was running away from home didn't bother her at all, even though that wasn't actually the case. She was very sad and always waiting for him to come home, because Satoko was a stable person when she was his sister. In order for her to be really this level-headed with having a brother was something she couldn't do without. In other words, Satoko still needed a brother. Nobody had the right to smile it away as childish immaturity. In fact, it is her praise for being so close to each other as siblings, that her brother should be played by a real Nini by Satoshi, but unfortunately, he wasn't here, so since I'm here, I'll play the part, and not with a guilty conscience, but in a very natural way, because, was there something wrong with seeing Satoko smile so happily? What is it, Kichi-san? You've been smoking for quite a while now. Is it weird for me to look happy? It isn't weird or anything, but, well, the sound of the motor on her bike light was too loud and I couldn't hear what Satoko said. Huh? What? What did you say? Nothing. You really are just like Nini, you know. Kishi-san, is that right? Of course, you're completely different from my real Nini, but like the things that you do the same. It's really a mystery. The same. Do you feel lonely when you remember Nini? Once I said that, I thought for a moment that was absolutely the wrong thing to say, but Satoko didn't seem to mind one bit. It's not that I'm lonely. Just Kichi-san is being my Nini for me right now. And while as I flustered for a moment at her hitting the question mark, or hitting the mark, Satoko suddenly asked me a question in a calm voice. I was very... I'm sorry about that, guys. It was very quiet, composed, and an adult question. Was it Rika? It was quiet, but her voice sounded lonely somehow. They heard me ask you to act like my Nini for me. Is that what you think? Please don't take offense. Rika strangely considered me, but it really doesn't bother me that much. I could say for sure at least it was a lie. Yesterday and today, Satoko had been so happy spending time like me as siblings. It always proved itself that she was lying about not getting to her, so I guess I took a light poke in the head. You're thinking too much, you dummy. I'm me, Kishi Mibera. I'm not your Nini, not Satoshi Hojo. I know that. Despite her saying that, her expression seemed a little lonesome. At this point, Satoko had realized that her question had been the wrong thing to say. We didn't need to keep talking about that. Satoko regretted. So in order to cut the conversation short, I grabbed Satoko's head and pet her. I started to talk about silly things like that. It's getting late, so go back home, brush your teeth, and go to bed. And rinse your mouth before sleeping, too. It'll keep you from getting a cold. You don't want to talk, Nini. Be sure to brush your teeth, okay? Rinse your mouth and wash your hands. Then get your books ready tomorrow. And Anne, I wonder what kind of siblings Satoko and Satoshi were. I never seen them together, and I could say without a doubt that they were really close. As for the way in which they were close, it was probably quite like this. It was so cool that today's heat seemed like a lie, and yet the moonlight was somehow faintly warm. The quiet chorus of the insects was pleasing to the ears. Huh. Very nice. A weird looking moon. Okay. What's the Tickle's check course? Okay, well, this will end today's video on Higurashi. And I will see you guys later.